Imagine this. You have just been nominated for an employment opportunity. Okay. For example, maybe the HR received your application, either direct application or recommendation for you for a particular position. And the HR sent you to a panel who are supposed to screen you or interview you to determine your suitability for this job you have been offered. And you walk into the venue of the interview, and the man who was supposed to be leading the panel that is to interview you begin to sing your praise. The man begin to reel out your achievements, what you have achieved in your previous employment, how happy he and everyone else is with your previous employment. Now, this is not an MC ushering in a guest speaker. This is not an MC offering in a dignitary who's supposed to come and either give a speech or address people. This is a man leading a panel that is to screen or interview you. How does that sound? To others, to other people who will be watching, or to you who is listening to me now, how does that sound to you? Okay. The video you're about to watch right now is the video of the Senate President during the screening of the Chief of Defense Staff, where the man was ushered to a stand where he was supposed to speak after the Senate President have said to him, "The floor is yours. You are about to speak to Nigeria." Then he went on to begin to praise the man, how he decimated Boko Haram, how the only thing that was happening now was cowardly attacks, little attacks here on soft targets, which the man does not have control. Now, this is a man who was supposed to come and speak, who was supposed to be grilled based on his previous achievements, and then even the areas that people were supposed to ask him questions about. The Senate President was already making excuses that they were soft target that the man had no control over or could do nothing about. And the Senate President is presiding over a Senate plenary session that is supposed to screen the same Chief of Defense Staff. I was watching this screening yesterday for some reason after the close of work late at night. I was just watching it and I really wanted to listen. And of course, if the man is well decorated, this has nothing to do with the man's competency or his CV or his suitability for this job. But this has everything to do with the man who is presiding over a session that's supposed to interview him, becoming his trumpet, how do they call it, his hype man. I watched this yesterday and I was like, we are done for. He was saying things like for some of us who are close to the president, which means like some of us who are close to the president who nominated you, which automatically means whatever you are doing here is just frivolities, it's just to fulfill all righteousness. You already have the job because we are happy. What I expect would have been come and tell us about your previous achievement or your performance in your previous engagement or what you've had. Then based on those things, the Senate who are screening him will ask questions. Like those soft targets, which other attacks which the president has dismissed as cowardly attacks on soft targets, which the man has no control over. Those which should have been the statements that would have come out from the nominated Chief of Defense Staff, telling us that yes, there were little attacks here and there, and maybe they don't have control over it because of these reasons. But the Senate President has really made excuses for him. The kind of synergy, unhealthy synergy that is existing between the executive and the legislatures, it's out of this world. It's crazy. I was watching this thing yesterday and I was like, what the heck? What the heck? I don't know if Saraki Dixon would have done the same. What is Bukola Saraki would have done the same thing as a Senate president. Just watch the video for yourself and tell me what you think.
To Nigerians now, and when you were appointed, there was a lot of jubilation. as Chief of Army Staff, because you are not a general who sits in the office. You are the one that is right there in the theater of warfare. You've served the nation meritoriously, and everybody is happy with you. I don't think there's any part of Nigeria today that has a Boko Haram flag hoisted since you came into office. You have cowardly attacks here and there on soft targets, which you cannot control, but which you are doing your best with modern gadgets to minimize and nip in the bud. For those of us close to the president, we are aware that for every single infraction, you have nipped over 99 others that you never allowed to come. And you're a man of action. So we applaud you. We are very proud of you for the services. Now that the president has said he should further coordinate all the service chiefs, just let us know